This is how much Drake is worth in 2024, and coming up, we'll be looking at Drake's most expensive purchases ever. Let's start with music, shall we? Drake is the most streamed artist in the history of Spotify, with over 70 billion streams of his own music and 21.5 billion streams of songs that he's featured on. He's currently beating second place Taylor Swift by 2 billion streams. So how much is that in dollars? Well, according to Sound Campaign, 1,000 streams would get you around roughly $4. So we did the maths. And we've got a big number, precisely around $280 million. Oh my god! And that's only Spotify. Let's do Apple Music, shall we? In 2018, Drake surpassed over 10 billion streams on Apple Music, with 8.2 billion streams coming from that year alone. Unfortunately, we don't have any more data from Apple Music, so we'll just presume that he's been getting 8.2 billion streams each year from 2018. That means that he has a total of 50 billion streams on Apple Music, which seems about fair. According to Music Getaway, 1,000 Apple Music streams would earn Drake around $6 to $10, which means Drake has earned over $400 million from Apple Music alone. So in total, this means Drake has earned over $680 million from Apple Music and Spotify. Drake also has massive sponsorship deals with big brands such as Nike, Sprite, and Apple Music. Let's dive into them. Now, in 2019, Drake signed a reported $19 million deal with Apple Music to make him record exclusive Apple Music only songs. Now, before we get into his biggest deal ever, don't forget to follow for more episodes of Breaking Bank. In 2020, things got even bigger for Drake, where he signed an exclusive deal with Nike to have his own label called Nocta. Now, this was a lifetime deal reportedly worth $450 million. In 2021, Drake also signed a reported $400 million deal with Universal Music, which included his recording, publishing, merch, and more. Now, this was reportedly one of the largest deals in music history. Now, we could go on talking about Drake's deals for hours, but the one I want to talk about is his reported $100 million per year deal with Stake. Now, he signed this deal in 2022, so we're presuming that he's had this contract for 2 years now, earning him $200 million. This brings Drake's total net worth to around $1.75 billion. Now, Drake has done over 300 shows in total, with his first reported show earning him around £191,000. Drake's biggest ever reported line of shows made him $13.5 million, and they took place in the O2 Arena from April 1st to April the 11th. Drake's estimated gross for all of his shows is $472 million, according to Billboard, making Drake the #1 hip-hop act of all time. This insane stat takes Drake over the $2 billion mark to $2.2 billion. Now, I'm sure we could easily add $150 million onto this total if we include his YouTube views, Amazon Music, his clothing line OVO, but again, we would be here for hours. So Drake's total net worth is around $2.3 to $2.4 billion. With all this money, what is Drake spending his money on? Here are some of Drake's most extreme purchases. Air Drake, the name for Drake's private jet, cost him a reported $0. This jet would normally be around $185 million, but according to TMZ, he got this jet for free in exchange for publicity for a Canadian plane company. Next, Drake's company Dream Crew invested $100 million into a theme park. Yes, that's right, Luna Forgotten Fantasy is the world's first art amusement park in Los Angeles. Drake was apparently blown away by this art amusement park and had to invest in it. Next, Drake owns a ring worth $1 million, and it's got more of a backstory than you might think. Now, this ring was the same ring that Tupac wore to the 1996 MTV VMAs, 3 days before he sadly passed away. Now, if you didn't know, Tupac is actually the reason why Drake got into music, so this meant a lot to him. Drake, as we know, has given thousands of pounds to fans at concerts, from Birkin bags to a $100,000 check that he gave a fan who beat cancer, as well as $25,000 that he recently gave to a pregnant woman. Well, we did the maths, and it turns out that Drake has given over $500,000 to fans at concerts. And finally, Drake's real estate portfolio is impressive, with one house reportedly worth over $100 million. Inside this house, he has what he calls an award room, which holds all of the awards that he's won. He has an NBA-sized basketball court and a recording studio of his own. But that's not the only home that he owns. Drake also has a number of homes in the Hidden Hills in California, which is where some of the Kardashian family live. These homes costed him around $4 to $8 million each. So there we have it. Hit the follow button for the next episode of Breaking Bank.